At some point in the future, are you still interested in the Koscheck fight?
I want to be the champion, so I've got to take Lima out, as I will do on Saturday night, and then move forward from there.
Speaking of motivation, you mentioned before, obviously, Koscheck was a massive fight for you. You know, there was a chance to get some payback for, you know, your past fight with him.
Yeah.
But Douglas Lima's also a very, very credible opponent.
Yeah.
Was there any dip in your motivation for this fight, or was it just the same?
It was the same as always. Like you say, he's a tough opponent. He's dangerous in the sense that he likes to finish fights. Not that he's, you know, super lethal, but he does finish fights. He's not in there to grind something out like Josh Koscheck. You know, people have different mind frames, and I rate Lima for the fact that he is the type of guy that's coming to finish fights.
And you mentioned his wife hitting pads earlier, that you feel like some of the media have been doubting you. Kind of give us some more insight into some of the things you've read or you've seen. Yeah,
well, I just, obviously I know for people to read stuff, you have to say certain things and push the fight in a certain direction, but I feel like there's people are questioning, maybe some of the forums are questioning, not necessarily my credibility, but how difficult this fight will be for me and the problems that Lima presents. Whereas us in our camp and us that have done our history and have done the research, we're fully confident in it. It's not so much, it's just, I just think certain things are being overlooked, and sometimes you can get a little bit pissed off with being overlooked. So unfortunate for Lima, I have to make an example of him. When I was 20, I think it was 26 or 26 or something like that, still young in the sport, there was a show called Cage Rage. It was at Wembley Arena, 10,000 people. Dave O'Donnell asked me if I wanted to fight Mark Weir. He was a massive name at the time for the world title. A similar situation as this is now, and I just said yes straight away like that, and they sort of chuckled to each other and they laughed. At the time, Mark Weir had the fastest knockout in the UFC, was coming down from 84, 85 kilos, much bigger than me, as is Lima. And again, I was the underdog, and if you do your research, you'll see how that fight ended.
Since it's Bellator's first time in the UK, does it give you extra motivation to make a statement on Saturday?
It's very, I feel honoured to you know, be on the first show here in the UK in such a prestigious venue. But for me, this fight could be anywhere, and you know, I feel the same about it.
Paul, K108 here. Obviously, a couple of years ago, there was some talk through social media and also just through the fight news between you and Lima going to be matched up.
Yeah.
Previously, obviously his American clique over there weren't happy about it. I asked him about it today. He's very diplomatic.
Yeah.
Things have been brewing since then, and like you said, you put the target on him.
Yeah.
What do you think about all that backlash from the year or two that had gone by since you said, "Oh, I need more preparation time"? Yeah.
Well, initially he pulled out with an injury that, you know, might have been genuine, might have not been genuine, but the time wasn't right for him then. So I went over to Bellator. I thought I won my return sort of debut back over there, and then afterwards he's calling me out. Well, no, the time's not right for me. I've just won. I'm going to enjoy my win. I'm going to have some downtime and let me chill out. I'm not, you know, I'm not looking to bounce in. Like I say, I rate him as a finisher. I'm not looking to bounce straight back in to a fight of that level, having, you know, just won, and just my mind wasn't on the fight as such. So,
but this time your mind isn't the fight.
Oh, my mind.
In the panel,
yeah.
You know?
My mind is very focused on the fight. Like I say, he's a dangerous opponent, but he's an opponent that I selected, and that's that.
You're looking forward to proving in these, I don't know, tin pot critics, people who write and probably haven't even punched a pad, let alone had a fight, doubting you. So it's nonsense. Do you want to address that once for all now? Well,
like I say, those that follow me on Facebook, it's faith of mustard seed. My faith has never wavered. You know, I went from the UFC, fighting in a big show, MGM Grand New Year's Eve, 20,000 people, and as I said at the Koscheck press conference, I was then fighting in front of a leisure centre with 500 people. Weaker men would have stopped, they would have quit, they would have got a job in a Tesco, Audi, I don't know what, or doing what they're doing. But I believed in myself. I know I'm built for this, and I know I'm of a world-class level, and so fuck the critics.
And you told you that you're going to get a title shot if you win on Saturday night?
Yes, that was part of the deal, and that is the thinking going into this fight. It made sense to have Lima, and I said, look, I'll take it, you know, but I need the belt afterwards. You've got to give me that shot, so that's the deal.
With Lima not being as active recently because of his injury, do you think that gives you any advantage at all?
Yes and no. It depends on what type of person Lima is mentally. For me, I could be sat out for 12 months and come back and I'll whoop anybody's ass. So it depends where he is mentally. But with that in mind, you've seen the effect it had on the Koreshkov fight after being out for so long and then coming back in to such a tough opponent. Now I rate myself as a tougher opponent than Koreshkov, so we're going to see on Saturday night how that's affected him.
Paul, one other question. Lima, you mentioned, he's bigger than you, he's taller, he's longer limbed. In your preparation, your past experience.
He's got longer legs.
Longer legs. How have you prepared for that?
Has he got longer arms? Go back, we don't put the reach up here in Bellator, but go back to some of the UFC fights, see how long my reach is. When I fought Dustin Hazel at 6'6", who had the longer reach in that fight? Have a check. We'll see. We'll see if he's longer limbs and his longer reach will do him any good. I fought in Legend, a big show for a little while over in Milan. The guy was 6'6", professional kickboxer. You know, Lima's a kickboxer in MMA. I fought him in front of his home crowd. He was a champion of numerous kickboxing Grand Prix, an elite kickboxer. These are not bums that I was playing with when I went over to kickboxing. And it took me 3 rounds, but I took him out. So every advantage that he thinks he has don't mean shit to me because I've seen it all before. I'm very experienced in this game, and that is something that I feel counts for a lot, not just in this game, but then isolating things and going over to the kickboxing, which is my strength, but then doing that purely as a kickboxer where I have nowhere to hide, where I have been in trouble, where I have been hurt, and I've won them all. You know, it's not an easy feat. You see my name among the rankings of some of the best kickboxers in the world. No other MMA fight, not even Alistair Overeem, is currently in the top 10 of any kickboxing ranking in the world. I am, and I haven't fought since Glory Dynamite. I'm still up there in the top 10. I'm an MMA fighter, so.
Lima has had a lot of KOs, TKOs in his last recent wins, but he's also a brown belt in Jiu-Jitsu. So has that played into any kind of preparation that you might have done coming into this fight?
I prepare with elite people in their specific domain, so training or rolling with black belts is nothing new to me. As I mentioned in the workout, the last time I was submitted was Jake Shields. Again, I'm in my mind, and I know how I was training back then. I was still very raw in the game, and you know it was an armbar. I could have defended, but I didn't. But that's Jake Shields, who went on to be Strikeforce middleweight champion and choke out Dan Henderson. And anyone who knows Jake Shields knows he is in a super elite level grappler. So yeah, his brown belt or black belt means nothing to me. You know, I had a fight in Dubai FC while on the road against a black belt. I've fought black belts and most of them end up unconscious.
Kimbo Slice was meant to obviously fight on this card and has tragically passed away.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had any interaction with Kimbo, but do you have any stories to share, or how do you think he'll be remembered?
Yeah, Kimbo was a fantastic person. I think what he'd done for the sport of MMA has gone a little bit under the radar because of his beginnings as a bare knuckle fighter, you know, on YouTube. But he brought a lot of attention. I think he created a new market, you know, brought a different demographic. You know, a lot of the African Americans started tuning into MMA more when Kimbo made the crossover. So I think he did a lot of great things there. And as an athlete, our paths sort of intertwined because I was with Kimbo from Elite XC, which is 7-8 years ago, and then I was with him at the UFC, and then over here at Bellator. So plenty of times we've been on press tours, done stuff similar to this, and shared locker rooms together. So I felt well, not friendly. Obviously, we wasn't the best of friends, but I felt very friendly towards him, and yeah, it's tragic.
How does it feel being the main event of this card here going to be in the O2 in London? And what does it feel, obviously, to have that on Channel 5 as well? Yeah,
it's it's massive. Just the Channel 5 bit, and since commercial been going out, you know, I say work hard, stay humble. So all the work that I've been doing away from the British media, you know, I don't really try and get too much of the glory for that. As long as I can pay my bills, family happy, and I keep achieving my goals, I'm good. But since you know, it's been on Channel 5 and the Spike and the adverts and stuff, it has been nice to, you know, be getting that beep, good luck Paul, doing my shopping and saying, go and smash the guy this weekend, because a lot of the time people don't know what I'm doing. A lot of the time the mainstream media and people in my neighborhood thought since the UFC I ain't been doing nothing, like what's he been doing and stuff. So it's good to let people know that I'm still in the sport and I'm still at the top of the sport as well.
One last one. We had Respect World Series just the other week here. Benjamin Adebouy, Respect guys that you know quite well. You train with them, and now we've got Bellator. We've had a massive kickboxing event. We've got now a massive MMA event. The UK is more than ripe. We've been kind of ignored for the last 15 years. So you know, do you want to be the spearhead, the British figurehead for MMA kickboxing coming more often to the UK?
I would love to, but like I say, I'm pretty easy. This is all gratefully received, but sometimes I can feel bitter, but because, like I say, people thought I'd stopped. No one really gave a thought about me until, you know, Bellator brought my name back to the forefront. But I've been working, and I've been working hard. So hopefully, yeah, the UK can blow up, and I can, you know, I can spearhead that. But we'll just see how it goes.
Do you want to do a Dynamite kickboxing event?
Most definitely. I definitely want to get back doing the Dynamite kickboxing as soon as I put Douglas Lima to sleep, and I'm going to be sitting out because the only fight that I want after that is a title shot. So I've put it out there that in between that, you know, I'd like to keep active doing the kickboxing. But as far as MMA is concerned, after I beat Lima, it's just a title shot that I want.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Cheers, Paul. Thanks.